This morning, I arrived early in Seoul and took a walk on a nearby mountain, enjoying the fresh air and getting some light exercise. Today, here in Seoul, I would like to speak more directly and in depth about the teachings of the Dojeon, about a truly remarkable new world that humanity is about to enter, a new civilization of light. The Dojeon records the sacred works of Jongdosanim and Taemonim in renewing heaven and earth, and in establishing the later heaven world that will unfold over 50,000 years. I myself have spent over 52 years researching, documenting, and compiling these teachings, and I continue this work to this day. First, let us look at the meaning of the year of the red horse, the year of 2026. Red horse represents the cosmic sun. The color red represents fire energy, and the number 7. And horse also symbolizes the number 7 and fire energy. The year of the red horse is the 7th year since 2020, when great transformations began in civilization. The number 7 carries deep meaning. From this year of the red horse, humanity enters a great leap as the old early heaven order begins to break down. We must see this new era in two ways: a great leap and the collapse of the old order. To briefly summarize my New Year's message for 2026, above all, the ultimate issue in human life is the question of life and death, especially death. What is the one event no one can avoid? It is the moment when life in this body comes to an end. When that happens, a person separates into two. The heavenly soul and the earthly soul part ways as the body dissolves. The heavenly soul, a yang type entity, ascends to heaven and becomes a spirit. The earthly soul, a yin type entity embodying human emotions, returns to the earth and rests in its embrace. The human traits we carried while living in this world remain with the earthly soul after death. The heavenly soul is more rational, while the more emotional and deeply human aspects belong to this yin spirit. So why is death such an immense event? Why is it such a profound turning point? All living beings resist death. We fear it. Aging, death, and what lies beyond have stirred humanity throughout history. From sages and saints of East and West to philosophers, and from modern scientists and psychologists to mystics, countless voices have offered their answers. But what happens at the very moment of death? How does the body change? Only the sovereign of the universe, the one who governs heaven and earth, holds the ultimate answer. Life and death are the ultimate truth of human existence. I invite you to explore this profound question more deeply, with renewed insight. How will this era of AI civilization unfold? Across the history of global AI development, what is its ultimate destination? Today's cutting-edge AI civilization isn't advancing on its own. It has a counterpart, another kind of AI. This AI is the infinite wisdom and spirituality within the human body, mind, and spirit. The primordial intelligence of nature within us and throughout the universe. We call it archetypal intelligence, a different kind of intelligence. Not artificial, but natural. An infinite, divine intelligence. Truly fascinating. So there are two ways to enter this infinite world of wisdom. Modern scientific civilization is built on 0 and 1, the foundation of all computation. Fascinatingly, computers work the same way. The 1 represents the universe's ultimate principle, the Taeguk, as seen on the Korean flag. All existence flows through this dual structure, yin and yang, interdependent and in harmony. Heaven and earth, sun and moon, stars and planets, yin and yang are everywhere. Men and women, the tangible and the intangible, time and space. Everything exists through this interdependent duality, in harmony. We call this the Taeguk, represented by the number 1, the source of all things. Everything comes from 1. What is that 1? This is what we must realize. The entire universe comes from the 1. We return to the 1. There is nothing else. This is the ultimate conclusion. In modern science, AI civilization has brought in the counterpart to 1, the 0. This 0 represents nothingness, what we call the void. The root of all mathematics goes back to the Chonbugyeong, Hado, and Nakso, dating back 5,500 and 4,300 years, respectively. Yet few people today know what they really are. The word doso, meaning library, actually comes from them, taking the final characters of Hado and Nakso. In the royal courts of the past, these were treasured as the very source of civilization, the blueprint for the creation of the universe. In the Chonbugyeong, it is said, 1 is the beginning, and from nothingness begins 1. This nothingness, or emptiness, is expressed as 0. Together with 1, it forms the cosmic womb, the origin of the universe. In other words, the fundamental reality has two principles, 0 and 1. In the East and West, mathematics has different foundations. Western hard mathematics relies on intensive computation. Quantum computers can process vast amounts of data in an instant. Tasks that once took years or even centuries. Though complex, its power is extraordinary. The intelligence of cutting-edge AI civilization is truly impressive. In the East, the universe is expressed through 10 numbers. It explores the origin of humanity and our unity with the infinite universe. This is a mathematics that defines the nature of truth, known as soft mathematics. It is subtle and fluid, the overarching spirit of Eastern thought. The power of soft mathematics, with its subtle insight, and the power of Western hard mathematics, which precisely calculates vast amounts of data, are truly astonishing. Though they take different forms, both arise from the same source. The foundational mathematics of 0 and 1. When AI civilization surpasses human intelligence, the technological singularity, a remarkable new world is said to emerge. In discussions about its creators, bold visions often speak of the end of the world. So what should we do? We must invest heavily to ensure that AI is used safely and responsibly. In my New Year's message, I quoted Elon Musk, who emphasized the need to develop AI to pursue truth. As AI that can think and feel like humans begins to emerge, how will we control it? In conclusion, the archetypal intelligence exists throughout the universe and within the human body, mind, and spirit. And this archetypal intelligence will ultimately guide and control advanced AI and bring it to completion. In Eastern learning, this idea is expressed as 시천주 초화정 영세 불망만사지, a phrase sung by 3 million seekers. What is the true nature of AI, and where is the future headed? This is what we call Mansaji civilization, the enlightenment into all matters. Humanity now has access to knowledge of all things, and AI fulfills this like never before. Ask ChatGPT almost anything, and within seconds it can produce a report-ready answer. Its responses are remarkably accurate. As a result, some say our campus and university system is beginning to crumble. Education is collapsing. Schools are closing, and many professions are being disrupted. How is this culture evolving? The roots of AI civilization lie in the civilization of immortality. This emerging advanced civilization is unfolding naturally toward a civilization of creation transformation. Soon, self-driving cars will appear in Seoul. When you call one, it arrives precisely on time. This is already happening in cities around Hong Kong, China. Inside the car, a voice asks, "Where would you like to go?" Once you enter your destination, the AI-driven car takes you there. Drone-like aircraft will also descend from the sky. This is not merely mechanical civilization. It is opening the door to a civilization of creation transformation, the ultimate destination of humanity. Jongdosanim said, "I have brought forth 2 kinds of civilization of immortality. The first is the scientific pursuit of immortality. The second is yulyo, spiritual practice aimed at immortality. The latter opens a realm of light, unveiling the infinite world within humanity and the cosmos. The future era is the later heaven, the cosmic autumn civilization, a world of beings of light, the world of yulyo. So, what exactly is yulyo? Heaven, earth, humanity, the spirit world, even the vast, boundless expanse of time and space, it's all light. Nothing exists that isn't light. Modern quantum science confirms the same. All matter in the universe is light. Yet humanity has forgotten its own inner light. It's said that when Goethe was dying, he cried out, "Oh, give me light." And yet humanity has been living in darkness. Advanced science and technology are opening up an astonishing new world. But why has the human mind and spirit grown so dark? The mind is fragmented into countless thoughts and concepts. We came from oneness, yet returning to it remains profoundly difficult. In 1860, Donghak proclaimed a vision that speaks directly to today's AI civilization. It is found in the sacred chant, Shichonju Johajong Yongse Bulmang Mansaji. Humanity is moving toward Mansaji, the world of knowing all things. In this realm, the Mangyang spirit presides. Today's AI civilization is entering the world of Mansaji through the system of mechanical civilization. But AI is not the same as the Mansaji civilization, the enlightenment of knowing all things. It cannot reveal the infinite, sacred wisdom within the human soul. That is its limit. The Mansaji civilization is realized when humanity's spirituality is fully awakened. This is what Donghak calls Shichonju Johajong. The true civilization of creation transformation can emerge only when human spirituality is fully awakened. Now, I will briefly summarize 3 points, and then we will meditate together. First, to whom did Sangjenim entrust the lineage of enlightenment for the later heaven, the cosmic autumn? That was a truly important matter. He drew a single diagram, revealing how his work would unfold. The one who received this diagram was the disciple Mun Gongshin. Mun Gongshin had practiced Donghak and studied Christianity, yet he was deeply troubled by one question: what is truly happening in this world? One day, while working in the fields, a strong-looking man appeared and said, "A most benevolent teacher has appeared in Nongbao village, Suncheong County." Astonished, he dropped his tools and ran there at once. Sangjenim was waiting at a village inn with several disciples. When Mun Gongshin arrived and bowed, Sangjenim said, "Receive a bowl of my wine." "But I should be the one offering wine to you," Mun Gongshin replied. "Drink it. Then you may offer me 2 bowls of rice wine in return," said Sangjenim. There, Sangjenim bestowed upon him the authority of the true Master Dosu. To receive this tosu, 1,000 yang had to be offered to heaven and earth. Fearing that it might be given to another, Mun Gongshin did not return home. As a man of vast farmlands, he was able to send 1,000 yang, carried on the backs of porters. And so, the Chinju Dosu was bestowed upon him. Chinju, true master, is the one who will open the civilization of light, integrating the two streams of AI into a culture of enlightenment. That one is the disciple Mun Gongshin. Now, let us look at what Sangjanim personally drew and affixed to the ridgepole of Mun Gongshin's house. I have visited and studied this house for more than 20 years. Within the diagram appears the word 정의, righteous bonds of relationship. Through rightful ties and loyalty, people come together and live as one. This principle extends across politics, economics, and religion, across every sphere of human civilization. Regarding the diagram, Sangjanim wrote, Chonjiji Chujang, heaven and earth make their great proclamation. Samulji Suchang, all things and all events declare their ultimate message. Umyangji Balgak, the principle of yin and yang is revealed and awakened. This must be understood very deeply. First, what do heaven and earth proclaim? What is it that they declare? This must be engraved in your heart. There is a master of heaven and earth, the ruler of the universe. There are parents of heaven and earth, our heavenly parents. This is their great proclamation. This is what Donghak teaches. In the future, humanity will enter the civilization of creation transformation and Mansaji, where all will attain enlightenment. How? By enshrining the Lord of Heaven. To do so, one must first encounter his truth. Next is Samulji Suchang, the proclamation of all things and all events. What is the ultimate message they declare? It is Kebyok, the cosmic autumn is coming. Let this be imprinted in your heart. Insagakji, let it awaken within you. In the Dojeon, chapter 5, it is revealed that the authority of the true master Dosu is to be realized through the living of human life. The most important word here is the character kak, to engrave, to awaken. How deeply can you imprint this truth into your body, mind, and soul? How deeply can you awaken? As for the diagram of righteousness, there is another secret. In the Dojeon, it was first called the Jongdo, then later renamed the Osonwigido, the diagram of 5 immortals playing paduk. But neither of these is the original name. Sangjanim spoke of a deeper secret, a title of 3 characters. That name is Panbakdo, the diagram of the teaching beyond the mainstream. It transcends everything realized within the early heaven. What is the ultimate message of Panbakdo? It is an awakening. Do not look only to the heavens or to a god outside yourself. What humanity must truly revere is not something outside, but what lives within our innermost being. In Eastern civilization, we speak of the original mind, the ultimate pure consciousness. It is the eternal world of light, the great radiance of the universe. As we go deeper into that world, we discover that it is one great flower of white light, illuminating the entire universe. Since ancient times, the great immortals and Buddhas of the heavenly realm have called this flower Yulyohwa, the flower of cosmic light. This is the language of heaven. Sangjanim said, the Teolju mantra is the Yulyo of the universe. Sangjanim also said, within the sound of cosmic light flows the harmony of Yulyo. Even the Gayagam is said to express Yulyo in 12 tones. Yet the original sound of light exists on an entirely different level. Within our eternal heart, the eternal light blooms as a single flower. Long before the Hwanguk era, there was the goddess culture of grandmother Mago and her daughters, Gunghi and Sohee. The story of Mago Castle is recorded in the writings of Bakjae-sang. History flows through Hwanguk, Pedal, Joseon, Northern Buyo, the Four Kingdoms, the North-South States period, Goryeo, Joseon Dynasty, and finally to the Republic of Korea. This is the chronology of Korean nations and dynasties, the civilization of light. The only cure is to recover our lost culture and history. Let me emphasize that once more. Within us lies our true, original mind, the archetypal intelligence, the primordial God. The primordial God is the creator of the universe. It rests at the very center of our head. When you meditate, visualize an equilateral cross at the crown of your head. Focus on its center. Open that single point with your mind and expand it outward, first to the size of your room, then your house, your city, the earth, and finally the entire universe. Practice this often, and the eternal cosmic light will begin to flow from within. This is the upper Dojeon. The actual gateway lies between the left and right hemispheres of the brain. A tiny pineal gland, no bigger than a grain of rice. It is the doorway into the divine world, the world of the primordial spirit. How mysterious that it has taken on a physical form. The lower Dojeon is the center where the body's metabolism operates, and through it, we can commune with all existence in the universe. In the I Ching, there is a powerful phrase that describes the essence, Jong, in our body. Vigorous, balanced, and pure. It means, establish your Jong, essence, to be vigorous, balanced, and pure. Meditation is the discipline for perfecting this essence. If you want to make your body healthy, strengthen your immune system, and wash away the sorrow, darkness, loneliness within you, you need to refine this essence. When you do so, the energy gathers and spreads throughout your entire body, making your mind become bright. With your spirit brightened, you can even converse with a tree, with a wall, or even with a car. Everything is alive. This floor, these fluorescent lights, this microphone, they are all alive. All life has consciousness. The universe is one. It came from the one and returns to the one. Studying the truth feels so joyful because you attain enlightenment. You may say, I can't sleep tonight, I feel so good, because you came to understand the relationship between you and the universe. What does the phrase umyangji balgak mean? It refers to the awakening of the creative power of yin and yang. In other words, it is the highest realization of this principle. It is the realization that all yin-yang movements, whether it be heaven and earth, the sun and the moon, man and woman, or the physical, spiritual, and psychological processes occurring within the body, share one root, foundation, and core, Yulyo. Yulyo is the root and foundation of yin and yang movement. Now let us read Sangjaenim's words together. Dig, dig, dig deeply. All who dig shallowly will die. Conduct yourself with one mind in all matters. In any case, you must maintain one mind. When we have one mind, we become the most noble beings in the entire universe. Within your body and mind resides the infinite realm of cosmic light. Some call it the realm of God, the eternal light of the universe, dwelling within the human body, was originally called Mangyang. Sangjenim said, "I am the true Mangyang of the universe." The word Mangyang has disappeared over time, but originally it referred to God, the Creator. At first, Mangyang was a verb, meaning to exist as eternal light. As time passed, it came to be used as a noun, meaning the one who shines as eternal light. Later, it was replaced by other terms, such as Creator and Holy Spirit. In the era of light, in the coming cosmic autumn, the luminous human beings usher in the autumn civilization. They are the beings of light called Arirang. Originally, Arirang meant Ar is Rang. The sound Al later shifted in pronunciation to Ari as it evolved into song. About 10,000 years ago, in Mago Castle, when the mother practitioners received the Yul-Yohua flower and conceived a child, they would transmit that Yul-Yohua flower into the fetus. Then, the fetus would become surrounded by light, like a small egg of light. Upon receiving the flower of cosmic radiance, the fetus would fully transform into a radiant being, and after 10 months would be born as a light flower human. Such a being was called Arirang. This is the first unveiling of the true meaning of Arirang. To become the new leaders in this time of the later heaven, Kebyuk, the era of a new world coming forth, we must live as beings of cosmic light, as Arirang. When you receive the flower of light and continually plant it in your body, you become a being of light. Even while driving, you can listen to dynamic meditation music and plant the flower. By doing so, you can actually witness within the body tens of trillions of tiny flowers of light bursting into radiance. This is a practice of divine creative power that cannot be fully expressed in words. When you place this flower of light in the upper dungeon of your head, you become connected to the infinite realm of cosmic light. As long as you continue this spiritual cultivation, your very being lives eternally. But if you do not practice, this flower of light returns to its original place, saying, "This person is not living in the truth." From this moment, I will transmit the flower. Right now, countless flowers of light are descending upon us, like heavy snow falling in winter. Those of you watching this on television, if you have a strong intention that you are drawing this flower toward you, and that it is entering your body, it will enter in an instant. Now the flower has fully entered and settled in your head. Now this flower must be spread throughout your entire body. But before that, let our Dharma body move to Terachon heaven, where Sangjenim resides. Together with me, imagine that you are entering the Hall of Immortals of Terachon heaven and sitting comfortably in your places. We are now together inside the Hall of Immortals, and all of us are gently surrounded by the Taeguk sphere of light. Think that you are within that Taeguk sphere. From above, powerful Yul-Yohua flowers are descending upon you. Imagine that the spiritual DNAs of light, which have been dormant within your body, are awakening, and fill your entire body and burst forth in radiant light. Plant the Yul-Yohua flower deeply. For example, if a part of your body, like your liver, needs to be healed, imagine planting the flower there. The stem of the flower is about 15 centimeters long. As if you were receiving acupuncture treatment, gently insert the flower into the organ. Plant the flowers evenly throughout your body, and the flowers burst into light. Our physical body is a highly condensed form of light. Every human being is a mass of infinite cosmic light. Meditate with this awareness. My body itself is the divine hall of cosmic light. When you do so, after 20 or 30 minutes, you begin to feel that your physical body disappears, and you enter a state in which you are entirely filled with light, becoming the living universe itself. If you prefer not to do dynamic meditation, you can simply chant the mantra in your mind. You may also follow your own rhythm. If you read the Dojeon, you will learn that the final conclusion of the sage's teachings is this: there is the Father who sent them into this world. Jesus said, "He who sent me is true." Sangjenim declared, "I will bring forth the later heaven and its destiny of Sangsang. I will disassemble and reconstruct the early heaven's dosu and usher in the later heaven." These are proclamations that only the ruler of the universe can make. Truly, the autumn Gabyuk is the great cosmic event in which God the ruler declares a new order of the universe. To meet Sangjenim's truth, which lies beyond the mainstream, you must cultivate a pure one mind and a sincere, devoted heart, one that longs to discover and experience truth. Your true one mind can change everything. Your way of thinking must be transformed. We must seek a new path, not merely follow existing teachings. We must be reborn as mature humans, as radiant beings of light in the cosmic autumn. In this way, you can become fully awakened. To achieve this, we must maintain one mind. Now is the time when both the human and spirit worlds are experiencing a shift in the order, from Sangguk of the early heaven to Sangsang of the later heaven. Beginning with this year of the Red Horse, 2026, you must clearly understand the grand tides of the world through the teachings of the Dojeon. Sangjenim proclaimed, "Greater than even heaven and earth's majesty is humanity's majesty, and now is the era of humanity's majesty. May all practitioners become beings of light. May you lead many to the truth. May you stand as the central axis of Sangjenim's great work of heaven and earth, and become a star of the cosmic autumn. Let us all move forward with confidence and hope,